everybody, welcome to Back to School Night. My name is Mrs. Giuliano and this is CTE Graphic Design with Studio 903. This is a CTE course, that means Career Technical Education for graphic design. It does fulfill the F requirement in the A through G Visual and Performing Arts requirements. This course is also articulated with Palomar College for credit, and students need to sign up for this college credit through a registration process that I'll go through later in the term. But if they pass the course with an A or a B at midterm and at the final, then they can claim that college credit, which is pretty cool. You check grades in Canvas. That's going to be where the most current updated grades are for your students. You'll be able to see the entire grade book there. I'm going to put everything in Canvas. And then when our progress report comes up, I'll enter just the final grades for the progress report into Aries, but check Canvas. And by the way, when I'm grading, I usually try and grade things in batches. I usually grade all the quick assignments quickly. Smaller assignments are done quickly, and then projects take a little bit more time for grading because I go through an entire rubric for those. So if you're curious about why some things are graded and not, even if some things are older, it takes me a little bit longer to grade the project work because I really want to pay attention to it. Anything where your students are writing, it takes me a little bit longer to get through that stuff. Because this class is a CTE class that you can get college credit in, if your student is sitting around a C and they're not earning that A or that B, I try to reach out to parents if students are getting a C and the students say, hey, you need to step up your game. You know, if you want that college credit, you've got to be earning an A or a B at both the midterm and the final. Canvas, let's talk about Canvas. Okay, that is our new learning management platform that we're using for everything this year. Everything is posted in there. Assignments, projects, announcements, the syllabus, everything. Are you paired with your student as an observer to track their progress? If you're not, I sent a message home via email to explain to you how to do that. It's a relatively quick and easy process. There's a video with instructions, and if you prefer to read your instructions, there's a PDF with simple step-by-step instructions on how to do that. Let's take a look at what Canvas looks like for this course. This is the home page for my first period. The students will see they'll see recent announcements. I just posted an announcement today about office hours. There's a message here about Canvas for parents. It's the same message I sent home to you, but I directed it to them so they would know what I'm telling you, because they do have to play a part in pairing you as an observer. There's other announcements here. So this page shows the top 3 announcements, but there are also other tabs over here that you can go to just to see all of the announcements. We're looking at this right now in my view, so let's look at what the students see. So this is what the students see. They get home, announcements, modules. This is basically our weekly modules, their grades, Zoom for all the Zoom link meetings for our class meetings. And this over here is the global navigation. This is the main menu navigation for the individual course. If you scroll down on this page, you can see that this is for my graphic design 1 period class. There's contact information here for me. This is our Twitter feed on Twitter. This is our Instagram feed for the class. And this is the email that you can reach me at. And then these buttons are all live and you can click on them to take you to all these different resources. The weekly overview for each week is right here. I have expectations for students, digital citizenship, daily slides. If your student is missing a class for whatever reason, or they weren't able to join us on the Zoom call, they should probably look here first and then maybe request a recording of the Zoom meeting if they need it. Habits of Mind, I'll talk about that in a minute. CTE College Credit, this is where you go to get that other detail that I was mentioning to you earlier. Other resources, the syllabus is here. Here's some more information about me. If you're curious about who I am and what I'm all about, please go in and take a look at that. And then there's some additional Canvas help for students and for parents here. There's a video right here that you can watch if you want about what graphic design is all about. And then this is like a promotional flyer for people to come and join my class. So that is Canvas. There's a lot more to explore in Canvas, and I hope that you pair with your student and use the parent app to check things out. I think you'll find it very helpful. Adobe Spark page. So students in my class, the work that they do, they're putting it into a digital portfolio and creating a digital portfolio of all their work, their reflections on their work throughout the course of the term. And I'll show you a sample version. This is the sample for Studio 903. If you scroll down, you'll start to see this is one of the most recent projects that we did. This is the sample that I gave to them as a reference. So they basically write a little bit about what they did, they show the final work, and then there's a discovery, innovation, and growth reflection for pretty much every project where they tell me what they discovered, how they innovated, and how they grew. Some of them are project-based. Some of them are basically like research-based. Like this next post was identifying good design. I was asking them to go to their social media connection, identify a good piece of a design, and then use the steps in art criticism to explain why they think it's good. So just scrolling down, this is my sample. I keep this sample up to date right now so that the students can have an example of what their pages should look like. They can customize them, they can customize the theme, but this is all done through Adobe Spark. And your students all have their own Adobe Spark pages, a single page, but it has all of their work kind of contained there as a digital portfolio. Please ask your student to see their Spark page portfolio. Look at the work that they're doing. They're doing great work, and they're doing some reflection pieces that are pretty cool, writing about stuff that they're learning, telling me a little bit about themselves. Nobody can see these unless they have the link to it, so ask your kid to show you what it is that they're making. Other things that you need to know, how to contact me. Well, you can contact me through the Canvas inbox or by email at lauraleegiuliano@vistausd.org. You can follow Studio 903 on Instagram at MVHS_Studio 903. I'll just click on that so you can see what it looks like. There it is, there we are, and I post stuff about what students are doing in the class and other challenges for them as well. All right, so I want to just take one more minute to talk about Canvas for parents and pairing as an observer. They're pretty straightforward instructions on this that I sent home, but real quickly, how to observe your student in Canvas. Number one, your student generates a pairing code, and they can do that in Canvas, in the settings in Canvas. I think they might even be able to do it on their phone. Next, the parents, that's you, create a Canvas account, and you enter the pairing code that you get from your kid. And then you could also enter an additional pairing code to add a student to an existing Canvas account. If you already have an account as a parent because you have another kid in the district, you would still get that pairing code from your child in my class, and then you would just add it to your existing account. If you need more information about this, please see the email I sent home or reach out to me and ask some questions. Finally, I just wanted to show you guys the habits of mind. I mentioned that these are 16 real-life, real-world skills that have been kind of distilled down to these 16 habits that we'll be working on and referring to in this course. I started the class by asking your students which habits they were strong in and which they needed developing, what are they starting to develop today. It was really fascinating to hear from them. These will help them in the real world. Okay, so we will be referring to the habits of mind, talking about the habits of mind, reflecting on which habits we're practicing and which ones need further development. Ask your student about habits of mind. I think that's it for me tonight. I hope that I've answered your questions. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. It was my pleasure to say hello to all of you tonight.